Hello everyone, it's your girl Mimi Blinks and more. Today we'll be learning another form of souvenir bag. So this bag has a side gusset. The body of the bag is cut together with the base of the bag. The gusset will give volume and depth to the bag. Unlike my other bag earlier, the base is cut separately from the body and you have the side joining with the base and to the other side. Okay, so let me tell you the things I'll be using. So I'm using taffeta material, for this bag. This is blue. I'm also going to be using a cord. I don't really know the size. This is called 1-inch tape. If you have 2-inch tape, you can also use it, but I have 1 inch and that's what I'll be using for this. I'll be using my magnetic clasp. This is how it comes. You can separate it, use it for the closure of the bag. So let me start by telling you the measurement. I said the body of this bag is cut together with the base, so in total I have 29 inches. So it's the full length of the taffeta. I divided it by 2. Then I've gone ahead to notch the center of this bag. Notch the center here, notch the center here. Very important, because that's what will determine how you put your side body. The first thing we want to do is to fix our handles. So I'm using 34 for both handles, so each side will be 17 inches, so 34 inches for both sides of the handle. So I cut it, so that's 17%. Then so to attach the handle, locate the center of the back. Once you get the center of the back, you're going to mark 9 centimeters from either side of the center to get the 2 positions you attach the handle. So after that, once you've gotten these 2 points where the handle will be attached, you get each of the handles. So you mark 2 inches from each side of the handles. So those 2 points will not be sewn. So once you start sewing, you sew from that point, the 2 inches point you left. So the 2 inches point will be open on both sides of the handle. This will give a particular design to the handle, as you will see after attaching the handle. So I use gas lighter to finish the edges of the handle so it's not going to fray. So following this, I insert the cord, that's the boning. Like I said, I don't know the thickness of this boning and I don't usually measure it. I just insert it, making sure that it stops at the 2-inch side so that it doesn't show from that opening. And then I also pulled it out a little towards this other end and then I'll cut. So if you're going to measure, just ensure that your boning is at least 4 inches shorter than the length of the handle. 3.5 inches to 4 inches shorter. So you can see this one, I've inserted the cord. You can see it has structure. Compare it with the one I've not inserted the cord. So I'm going to do the same thing for the second handle. So here you're going to use the bias to attach the handle from the inside. So I put the bias and I attach the handle from the inside. You can see the first part of the handle is at the 9 cm part. So after passing it, I attach the second side of the handle at the other 9 cm point, and I sewed it to the end. Ensure you maintain equal seam allowance because you are going to top stitch using that seam allowance on the right side of the back, so you need to do it carefully so that your work will be neat. So now I'm flipping to the right side of the back where I'm going to top stitch. Okay, I'm going to top stitch the 1-inch tape. Make sure that the wrong side of the back is not facing forward, so make sure that you follow that exact seam allowance you left while you're doing the top stitch, so that the wrong side of the back will not be showing at the front side. So with this, you are going to get a perfectly finished bag, and the taffeta material is not going to fray from the inside, and your bag will be long lasting, and your customers will thank you for that. So now we mark the center of the back, that's using the width. Then you cut a 5-inch strap from the 1-inch band. Okay, I'm going to use this to form a strap, as this will be used as the closure of the bag. We're going to attach that 5-inch strap to the inside of the bag. Actually, I used 4 inches, but I realized that I didn't have enough space to use my machine to sew the magnetic clasp to this strap. So I'll advise you, when you're doing your own, use 5 inches. Okay, so you will have space to attach the closure of the bag after attaching your magnetic clasp. So for me, I'm going to hand stitch mine because I didn't have enough space, so my machine could not pass through. So just attach that 5-inch strap to the inside of the bag. Then you fold it, perforate 2 holes, and put the magnetic clasp, and then use that to estimate the part where the strap will fall over to the front of the bag, so that you can also determine where you put the magnetic clasp at the front. Okay, I hope you understand this. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. Okay. So right now it's time to do the side gusset. I'm measuring the side of the back to be able to determine the length of the side. So I measured and I got 14.5. So the length of the side gusset should be the length you measured from the body plus 2 inches. Okay, so you don't have shortage. So this is about 32 inches, so I divided into 2 and I have 16 for each side. So once I have that, I'm going to notch the center. All right, the width of this will be determined by how wide you want the base to be, the base of your bag. So for this, I use 5 inches. So once you have 5 inches, that means the base of your bag is 5 inches. So you're going to mark the center of the body of the bag and the center of the side gusset. Now we are going to place the side with the wrong side facing the wrong side of the bag, and the notches matching each other, and you will start sewing from there. So you sew gently. There's no need to be in a hurry. Once you get to the edge of that side, you're going to leave about 1/4 of an inch, and then leave your needle inside, and then you turn the side to match the other side of the body of the bag, and you will start sewing again. So just watch what I'm doing. So as you keep sewing, when you're about to get to the end, you will notice that you have some extra inches on the side panel of the bag. This was intentional. That's why we added the extra 2 inches, so that you can fold it in and have the edges of the side to be well finished without any rough edges inside. So you fold it and make sure that it's at the same level with the body of the bag. Once you've achieved this, you now sew it to the end. Okay, take your time so that you have a good finishing. Okay, so if you think it's too much, you can cut out the excess but still keep the allowance for folding. Okay, but I like the extra 1 inch allowance at the end, so that I can double fold it to have a perfect finish inside. Okay, so once you're done with this, we are going to sew the second edge of the side to the body of the bag. Okay, usually I like to start from the top so that I can match it and make sure that it's at the same level with the body of the bag. Then I'll start sewing double stitch, and then you sew down just the same way you did the other side. Keep sewing. When you're about to get to the end of the edge of the side of the bag, you're going to leave your needle inside, raise your presser foot, and then watch. So I leave the needle, then I'm going to turn and sew the lower part of the edge to the body of the bag to complete the side gusset. So I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side of the bag. So I'm going to fast forward this so this video will not be too long. So watch me as I complete the second side of the bag. So I'm done sewing the 2 sides of the bag. So the next thing will be to finish the raw edges using my 1 inch tape. Okay, so I use the tape and ensure that both sides are equal and biasing those rough edges, and I'm going to sew all the rough edges. Okay, so this is what I'm doing, biasing the rough edges with my 1 inch tape. So ensure you do this gradually to get a good finishing. Okay, so I'm going to do that for both sides of the bag. So watch me. So once you get to the end of one side, that's to where your stitch line is, you still leave your needle and then you turn to continue from the base
Once you get to the end of the base, you leave your needle in and then direct your bias to cover the edges very well. So this is what you keep doing till you finish biasing both sides of the back. NEPA straw. So I completed the biasing of the side of the back the following day, as I didn't want to put on the gel. So this is me doing the same thing. I just completed biasing one side of the bag, then I moved on to the other side. So after biasing both ends, I use my gas lighter to finish the edges of the bias so that it will not fray. And voila, our bag was completed. You can further customize this bag using screen printing, Ankara patches, or other forms of customization. So guys, if you love this video, please give it a thumbs up, share this video so that other creators can benefit from it. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to our channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back to watch our videos. I love you all. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye.